Hi, crafty friends. This is Diane, the Creative Inkster, and welcome to my stamp room. I'm doing a video today to show you how I store and catalog, in a way, my Stampin Blends. And these are the alcohol-based markers from Stampin Up. So let's switch cameras and I'll show you my hands and how it all works. All right, so when you order Stampin Blends, this is how you get them. They come in a 2-pack. Let's add a little bit more light on the subject here. There we go. They come as a 2-pack, a light and a dark. And you need both because you get actually 4 shades, if you didn't know, out of them, because there is a thin end and a thick end indicated by both the picture and then the line. And so they are dual end markers. That's more of a brush, and this is more of a bullet point end. But I find that the colors will be a little lighter or darker on either end. So out of a 2-pack, you actually get 4 shades of the same color. And I had a whole bunch that I bought out in the beginning and started to store them in different fashions. And this is how I store them today. This is from 31. It is I guess a little pouch that's zippered, which is really handy for me because when you have your Stampin' Blends, you want them to be stored horizontally. That way the ink stays in the middle and doesn't run to one end versus the other end. And this way, with the fact that it has a clear plastic end, both ends are actually the same, then I can see them very easily. But what I do is I catalog them or marker them here so that I have a really good sense of what color is which when I'm going to grab them. So I have 2 of these pouches. Once again, I got them from 31, and they're just perfectly sized for this. So what I do when I get a new set of blends is I grab my handy Dymo label maker, and I did these when I got the new catalog and I knew new colors were coming out. And so LL stands for Lost Lagoon or Lemon Lolly, because I can tell with an LL whether it's Lagoon or Lemon Lolly right from the end. So just the 2 initials are going to be enough for me. And I've got these ones prepared to go for my Lemon Lolly and Bubble Bath. So I need to cut these down just a little bit so that they'll fit. And I found that when I use our mini glue dots, that they'll stick nicely to the end. So I only put these coded messaging here on the thick ends. It's just my process. So I will grab these glue dots and just add one to the lid end of the 4 ones that I'm cataloging here today. And here we go. And so I've got a glue dot on the end, and then I've trimmed this down a bit so that it's literally going to fit over the cap end. So just peel the backings off. You could type these up and punch them out or hand cut them out or whatever you need to make them fit. The label maker works really well for me, but I did find that the adhesive on the label maker was not quite strong enough for keeping them in place over time. So that's why I added the glue dots. So there's a Lemon Lolly here. And even if you cut it a little bit too wide, like if you have MM, it's going to be a wider label. You can just press the edges down on either side of the cap. But the glue dot really helps to hold them in place for me. And Bubble Bath. That's the right end. And Light Bubble Bath. And so now they are ready to go into my little holder. So I tend to have certain colors together, and just makes easier to find them when they're sitting on my shelf or on my desk if I'm using them a lot. So blues and greens and neutrals tend to be in one, and then these ones over here, and they are all the current colors. I do have a few more to add. Let's see, I have these ones yet to purchase, and then I'll add those to my collection. So that's what I do with my Stampin' Blends so that they're always ready and handy for me to be able to reach. I also like the pouches because I go to scrapbook retreats and I can take them with me this way very easily instead of being in another kind of holder. So I hope that's helpful and gives you some ideas on what you can do for storing your Stampin' Blends. I'd really be glad to know what you do. And for cataloging, one thing you can do is grab your current Stampin' Up! Catalog. And if you didn't know, at the back on page 173 is an accessories index. And here you'll see different segments or categories. And under ink and coloring, we've got markers and more on page 122. So I'll go back to 122. And in this chart of color collections, I could go through and highlight the ones that I have. I have a pretty good sense because I've got the label here of which ones I need to order, but this will really help you keep on track without having to print anything extra off. Just use your catalog. You can even cut the pages out or transfer the information to a new catalog when the catalog changes. So once again, I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my video, and I look forward to your comments on how you store your Stampin' Blends. Have a great evening. Bye now.